Imagine a stone that holds an ancient secret, capable of awakening something truly gentle within you. What if this wasn't just a myth, but a serene journey waiting to unfold? 12-year-old Alara sat on the porch step, sunlight pooling across her knees like warm honey. Beside her, her 10-year-old brother Milo traced shapes in the dust with a stick. The late afternoon felt hushed, as though the wind itself was holding its breath. They had been sent to their grandmother's countryside home for the summer, a quiet place surrounded by whispering fields and the endless hum of cicadas. It was here, their grandmother had said with a knowing smile, that some secrets like to reveal themselves. One evening, just before twilight, they followed a narrow deer path through the tall grass. The air smelled of wildflowers and earth. At the path's end, they found a low, ancient stone wall half buried by moss. On top of it rested a smooth, amber-like crystal no bigger than Alara's palm. It glowed faintly, not with the sharp brightness of fire, but with a soft, pulsing warmth. Milo reached for it first. "It's warm," he whispered, surprised, "like it's been sitting in the sun all day." Alara turned it over in her hands. The surface was perfectly smooth, yet tiny swirls of golden light seemed to move just beneath the surface, like sunlight trapped in water. "What if it's a real sunstone?" she murmured. Their grandmother had told them stories of such things, stones born from the heart of the earth, said to awaken gentleness in those who touched them and to reveal the quiet truths of the world. They carried it home carefully, cradled in Alara's scarf. That night, they placed it on the windowsill so it could breathe the moonlight, as Grandma suggested. The next morning, the sunstone's glow was softer, yet deeper, as though it held a calm that had been polished overnight. When Alara held it, she felt a strange stillness settle inside her chest, like the feeling before a snowfall. Milo said it made his thoughts feel less jumbled, like they're lining up to say hello. Over the next few days, small changes began to happen. In the garden, the usually shy robin hopped closer to them. The wind through the wheat field seemed to carry a gentler hum. Even the old tabby cat, who normally avoided children, curled up beside Milo during the afternoons. One afternoon, while sitting beneath the apple tree, Milo asked, "Do you think the sunstone's magic is loud somewhere else? Like in another kind of story?" Alara smiled. "I think it's the opposite. I think its magic is quiet on purpose, so you have to slow down to notice it." They decided to explore the mossy wall again. This time, they noticed carvings hidden beneath the moss, delicate spirals and sun-shaped patterns. Between two stones was a tiny hollow, just big enough to fit the sunstone. When they placed it inside, the carving seemed to shimmer faintly. A soft, golden light spread along the wall, revealing shapes of flowers, rivers, and stars. It lasted only a few seconds, then faded like a sigh. They sat in silence, the kind that feels full rather than empty. Back home, they asked their grandmother about the wall. She chuckled softly. "That wall has been here longer than my grandmother's grandmother. People used to leave things there, little offerings of peace. Maybe the sunstone was waiting for someone to notice it again." "Why us?" Milo asked. "Because you were looking," she said simply. The rest of the summer unfolded in the same gentle way. They didn't tell anyone else about the sunstone or the wall. Sometimes they carried it in their pockets during walks. Other times they left it in its hollow, letting it sleep under the open sky. By the time August came, the fields were gold and the air smelled of ripe apples. Elara realized that the Sunstone hadn't just made the world gentler, it had made her notice the gentleness that was already there. Milo seemed calmer too, listening more, smiling more often. On their last day, they returned to the wall. The Sunstone rested inside the hollow, its light steady and warm. "Should we take it with us?" Milo asked. Elara shook her head. "It belongs here. We'll remember without it." They stood for a while, the summer wind brushing past them, the wheat swaying in a slow rhythm. Then they walked back toward the house, the faint glow behind them like the memory of a dream. The Sunstone stayed in its place, patient as the earth, waiting for the next pair of eyes that would see it not just as a stone, but as a quiet key to a gentler world. And though Elara and Milo didn't carry it home, they carried its secret, one that whispered, "Whenever life grew loud, slow down and you'll hear the softest magic."
Please subscribe and tap the bell so you don't miss more amazing stories like this.